Hey everybody. My goal this morning was to go live at about 10 a.m., but I've been in such a funky mood ever since I went to go research about this man who killed like seven of his kids, seven, eight of his children. And I wanna have a conversation with you all just for a few moments and have a transparent moment. So just allow me to speak freely. Let's talk a little bit about mental health here just for a second and the importance of having mental health. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining. As I said, I've been in somewhat of a funky mood all day. I tried to sort of get myself out of it. I was watching a couple of videos and I was like, oh man, and I don't know. Spiritually, I don't know if it's just that I'm feeling the weight of something, and I'm wondering throughout the course of this, like where were prophetic people and prophetic voices that were over or were near this individual's life, because everybody's always so prophetic, but they can never see tragedy or they can never see anything that's really impactful or could make a difference in the lives of people. So it just has me in a little bit of a mood today. I've kind of been saying to myself, where we had all these prophets and we had all these people. Well, where were these people on September the 10th before the planes flew into the towers? I've been in one of these moods today, but I didn't want to go down this road. Let me say this. When the more I study about this story, about this man, it kind of makes me think about several years ago. Maybe I read an article that talked about the average black man or a man just in general commit suicide between the ages of, I believe it was like 40 something and like 55. Like the average man commits suicide or does all of these things around that age. It's like the older we get, as far as mental health is concerned, like the tougher things become. And I don't know if you guys have known it, but way back in the day when I was growing up in North Carolina, I went through a very emotional time, and I had a very, very, very emotional season in my life where, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't want to live. I've talked about this in my private community, but I literally did not want to live. Even, as a teenager, I was mentally, I had checked out, like literally checked out. And to see that somebody has the ability to look in their children's eyes and shoot them or do something sort of harmful to them, it's mind blowing to me. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, we have to learn to check on our folks and check on the people we love, because you never know what could be going through a person's mind, and you never know what kind of mental state that someone could be in. And that's another reason why, if I'm going to be totally honest with you, I'm sort of trying to change the way I work, because I don't want to be the trigger to cause somebody to have, a mental breakdown, really. Because can you imagine everybody on social media discussing you? Now, I know we're getting to a place in our lives where we're getting more comfortable with social media, but I just could not imagine if I was in that position. And so, mental health and checking on a person's mental health, it's really important. And so I just wanted to come on today and tell you that's why you ain't really got no video for me today, because I've just been in a funky mood about this man and these kids. Check on your family, check on your loved ones. Hopefully, we will cause ourselves to be able to sort of breathe. And as all of the stuff that's going on with people's finances and in our society, we're the ones buying the gas, we're the ones paying the bill, we're the ones knowing what's going on in the world. So folks can run around here and talk about how great the economy is and how great this is and how great this is, but you and I are feeling it. The average person in the country, we know what the truth is. And so, we're going to have to help out our loved ones, help the people that we can help. So, just check on folks is what I'm trying to say. The sad part about this story to me too is they said one of the kids like ran up on the roof and was trying to get away, and or somebody ran up on the roof, and then someone died in the was unalived in the doorstep, and I was just like trying to get away in the door, and I was just like, oh my God. And reading this, you know, and this is another reason why I don't normally read. This is why normally I don't watch the news and stuff, because it affects me spiritually. It really does. I don't know of other spiritual people if you all get affected the way that I do, but when I hear these types of stories, it's gut wrenching for me. It's not, and I know most people don't have a normal reaction to this kind of. Y'all don't have the kind of reaction I have, because my sister says I'm an empath because I be feeling other people's emotions all the time. But I'm really serious. I am I don't I'm at a loss for words today. I can't even lie to you all. And emotionally, I'm just like, how in the world did these people let this happen? Like, where was his family? Where were their family? Because from what I understand, he got all of the kids together, his wife and ex-wife. And if I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know down in the comments below. But and this is a black man. You understand what I'm saying? And I know sometimes for us as men, because we don't really talk about things, sometimes things can get so rough, and no black man wants to really depend on other people to take care of their family, because it looks like he was trying to do things right. He was married, somebody told me he was married. I heard that he was married, and he had all of these children. And so I don't know, you all. Just y'all leave me your comments below. What do you think about this story? Or have you even thought about this story? Because to be honest with you, this story has literally thrown me off for today. I cannot even lie. This whole story has like literally thrown me off today. Let me know your thoughts.